Hi, this is Mauvu doing your feedback. If you have any questions, just ping me in your thread. Okay, the key's not that long. What's going on with your OBS? Okay, so already, um, let's too far back, just like a couple seconds. I'd quickly look at this because this looks like it might have been a river attempt or something. I'd just check to see if there's gravel in this, because that's one of the most important things in your pathing on a village seed is getting gravel to light your portal with the flint. So if you're able to just get gravel on your line or like really close to it, even just like one gravel punched with your fist so you can mine it later, it's just really, really consistently fast. And then also on your line, those hay bales, you definitely should have grabbed like 5 or 6. Um, and then maybe even grab the bed and the food chest out of this house while you're on the way to the blacksmith. Like, you want to. There's like a predetermined like set of things you want to get from a village, and you want to take them all in as like a linear way as possible. So like there, I'd have looked left at that like water pool thing to see if there was gravel there. If there was, I'd have punched one out. Uh, and then you grab like 5 or 6 hay bales from that patch. Then you grab that food chest house and the bed. And the bed is important. Is the reason the bed's so good is because it means you don't have to pre-craft in the bastion. Um, so it leaves you quite a bit more time to set up a pearl hang to the fortress. And then as well, like if you don't have gravel, you can use the bed underwater as an air pocket. This is interesting. Like, I think the correct play is you probably just make shears, diamond pickaxe, probably make gold axe. Yeah, there's no way. I I'm either okay. You might make a bucket here. Okay, so with wood lighting, I'm not a huge fan of that. I guess you can make gold pickaxes, but I just prefer shears, especially at 900 elo. It just feels like the consistency of having the blocks to just do whatever you want is like it feels a lot more consistent for like staying alive, you know. Yeah, and unless there's 3 emeralds, emeralds in those chests don't matter. I guess trading for food, but like, yeah, I mean, another reason you would check that chest is earlier is if you get 3 emeralds, you can trade with the I don't blacksmith. No, that's just the name of the thing. Like the villager with the grindstone job. He can give you 3 emeralds for an iron axe, which is just a huge time save. Um, we should have grabbed the water from that like farm. Okay, I don't know how I feel about the gold boots because just having gold ingots on your hotbar is already like really good for staying safe in the bastion because like if a piglin gets aggroed on you, you can just right click it with the gold ingot and then he's distracted. What are we doing? Did we hear lava? Why are we digging? Also, what else going on with your OBS? Okay, we had lava here, but like, I think the filter generates. It's either 2 or 3 lava pools within 8 chunks of the center of the village, I believe. So you should have just played for that because you know it's just you've seen most of the area where it isn't. Um, there was that like set of trees that you couldn't see into, like if you F5 here, look over here and you don't see it, it's probably in these trees or behind these trees because you've looked everywhere else. It's just just don't want to be lava dousing in ranked because like I mean it's just inconsistent. You might just lose a ton of time and then it's also just slow as well. So you're like guaranteed losing time. Um, yeah, yeah, like just understanding what the filter gives you for the rank seeds. Like you just want to like use the knowledge of that to like help you find your enters. Okay, that could have been a lot worse. Um, right, yeah, that was extremely weird. I guess it works. Okay, is this bottom treasure? Oh, it's bottom bridge. Um, so right here, instead of just like looking, like you can kind of see the rampart there, but you might have been like focused on your movement. You kind of want to like mine this one and then towards the bastion so that you can look at the ramparts and like assess the terrain to like get a better idea of what. Yeah, like here. Okay. Yeah, this is just extremely suboptimal mining. Like you just do all the top ones and then all the bottom ones. Yeah, you just do DK here. You don't need to kill this guy. He's stuck. You don't need to kill this guy either. What? Okay, I don't know if you like forgot where the rampart was, but like, or what happened, but I mean, the bastion right here is this is incorrect. Okay, I'll. You might need to remind me, but just remind me to like send a video of a demonstration of this route. Um, yeah, you don't want to throw it all in one go. Yeah, a couple things like splitting pearls now is good, but we want to loot all the chests and then pyro first. Like, you don't really need to split your pearls until you're like about to leave. Where are we going? I don't know what that was. There's no guys can see you here. And our hotbar is like super like weird. There's like I don't know why the planks are still on it. Okay, so there was like terrain over to the left out here. Which is where we should go. Yeah, you've got everything. You don't need it. Like, I don't really know. We're probably trying to pick up sticks. We've got 45 planks, but yeah, you just leave out here. Why are we an empty hotbar slot? Okay. Yeah, we see it to the left. I mean, you just pull down and then with a tower on the side to get, and then you get these strays. Like, okay, I'll see what you do here first. Okay, so we pull down. What are we doing? This is just entirely the wrong way. Why did we go over here? Yeah, should I, if they have questions, just, and they like really want to know, they'll ask you in the rank Discord. I don't worry about like telling them where to go for lava. Okay, so I say what I was talking about with the blazes here first. I'd say just at this level, I just recommend trying to get to the spawner as quickly and safely as possible, and then blaze bedding and keeping yourself safe, just to like not die, and then just get like a consistent blaze fight. And here, I mean, just it's like a micro thing, but you can use the um, mapless pie chart. I don't know if you know that, because I'm not sure you're at the BT elo, but yeah, you can use that to scan for the spawner through walls. Um, and dealing with withers in these corridors. I just might need to remind me, but if you want any like clips of how to deal with withers in fortresses, just ask me. You should be going over here. because we've already been over here and we know there's no spawner. Or is that a spawner there? You should block off behind you to stop that guy coming up behind you. Okay, I know a lot of people do use like increased particles or whatever. But like, yeah, it's really hard to see the blazes with the smoke. Um, okay, yeah, just like a thing with inventory management. You don't need this much fire res. That's like the main thing here. Like you've got 15 minutes of fire res for one blaze fight. Like, I don't think it's gonna take that long. Um, yeah, that's just not correct. You make sure the pillow is above the spawner and not like offset by one, because yeah, I just blew up the spawner. Well, you might have desync off of that. Yeah, you likely have desync on this either. So basically you want to be stood still for like around a second and a half before throwing your eye. Or you can get in a boat and then get out of it and you have no desync. And sure, basically having position desync, it like basically means your measurement's going to be wrong. But like it might be you might have stood far enough apart that it isn't gonna matter. You might not have, yeah, there's like a couple of settings in Ninja Brain Bot that can tell you the um, the error of the measurement to the true angle to where it thinks the stronghold is, and then also if it thinks you have desync or not. Just a couple good settings. Should punch out that fire. Um, yeah, that soul sand. Soul sand, I think, only generates within 3 or 4 blocks of open air. So you know that if you just dig up on that soul sand there, you're going to hit terrain. Going over back to where the terrain to the fort was. I think it would have just been faster to dig through the wall, even with a gold pickaxe that you could have made. Maybe digging down. Yeah, you want to be second portaling at around like Y35 for the best chance to hit. Yeah, we hit below starter, it looks like. Um, I don't know if we know preemptive or not, but you want to start your preemptive scan like as soon as you enter the stronghold, so that a load of mobs don't spawn in. Because when there's mobs in the stronghold, it like really affects how, like really affects your preemptive scan. But yeah, if we don't know preemptive, um, I can link you a video explaining it. It's just like you use. Okay, looks like we do know it. Yeah, so I don't know if we just didn't do it because we didn't hit starter, but you should still use. You should still do a immediate preemptive scan when you even if you don't hit starter staircase, because like yeah, like hey, you have to do your preemptive with like a full mob cap of mobs. We're not changing our settings like it's probably to the left. But yeah, like this is the problem. Like you just can't get a good spike here because in all directions, even with well, you've got like a zero entity scanned that way, the spike doesn't look correct. Um, is it? I think it's probably bottom left. I think have we already been here? Yeah, like yeah, and then when you're like out of like when you don't know where to go in the stronghold, you just want to rescan. Like you just toggle like thin macro, rescan again, see if you can get a spike, and if you don't, then you know it's like you've gone past it or something, or like you need to go back. Yeah, I think just like the time loss there is just like to not fully understanding like mechanics of preemptive. Because basically how it works is if you're looking at the portal room, but there's any entities being rendered on screen, it's like your E counter is more than 0 while you're looking at the portal room, it's not actually going to show you what's called the pure spike, where it's like about 50% of your pie chart. Well, there's a couple different pure spikes, but you're going to get like a smaller spike, but like some of it is unspecified, and like, and you kind of, it's really hard to tell the difference between like the silverfish spawner and then other spawners and chests when you're dealing with entities. Oh, it's top left. But yeah, okay. It looks like you got, yeah. It's just bottom left. Yeah. Did you hear it or something? Or like, what are we doing? Probably want to just like quickly rescan because yeah, I think it's probably over here somewhere. But like you want to, yeah, it's just up in the top left of this room. It's through the wall. Okay, this is gonna throw your stuff everywhere if you keep pulling like this. Yeah, like you want to be like walking backwards in the opposite corner. So like you're pushing yourself into this corner, pearl into the other corner, and like it's not gonna throw your stuff out the wall or like out the top, basically. Gonna have a bugged dragon. Got a crossbow. We're gonna half bow. Yeah, you should have half bowed. Like it's just better for ranked. Like, and if as long as you're like decently comfortable with this pearl, when the dragon is not near the perch node, you should try and stand further away. Because like the further away you're stood, the less likely the dragon is to fireball you. And fireballing you is like the fireball phase of the dragon takes longer than the normal phase. So it's like it increases the time between chances to roll a perch phase. Um, and then here, when the dragon is like doing this movement, it's trying to fireball you because it's like pathing onto your block. But you have basically the way the dragon determines it can shoot the fireball and finish its like strafe is it has to be within 64 blocks of you. And then if you imagine like a cone of vision from the dragon, like it's like a 60-degree angle from the side of its face has to be like you have to be within that like cone. So like while it's circling down on you, it's never actually able to like look at you properly to be able to shoot the fireball. So you need to like run forwards or run backwards to like get far enough in front or behind it so that it can like actually get close enough to look at or like be able to look at you to shoot the fireball. Basically, you want it to shoot the fireball as soon as possible to like finish the strafe phase. But the strafe phase also finishes when it gets within 10 blocks of you, which is what's going to finish it here. Oh, it was able to shoot the fireball. Yeah, it just got so close to you. It was finally able to see you. It looks like. Um, I just recommend trying to do one cycles like while you're like up against this bedrock pillar because you can see the dragon's hitbox like better when it's like coming in from this side like here it's kind of awkward for you to see the dragon. So it's like you're kind of reacting to the head hitbox like coming onto the screen. Um, okay. Uh, I kind of tried to be a little more like broad with the stuff I'm talking about here, but like the main things with this run was like, I mean, there's the routing stuff I talked about, but especially like knowing how the filter works. Like there's I think there's a MCSR ranked like wiki page which explains um all of the things the ranked filter does, and if you as long as you like know all of that, you can like you like know, oh, there's going to be 3 lava pools generated within like 8 chunks of the village or the temple, or like you know that I think it's 2 magma ravines are within like 9 chunks of the shipwreck or buried treasure. Just like the stuff like that uh, means you know like how far you should be checking away from your structure to see if there's the enter is in that direction or if you can rule it out being over there and that you need to check other places. Um, yeah, I say that was the biggest thing in the overworld. It's just like not understanding the ranked filter and how to use it to or like use the knowledge of how it works to help you find the lava pool. Um, the bastion. Uh, you might need to remind me, but hopefully I'll be able to just send you DK bridge. It looked like you tried to do it here, but there's a lot of like mistakes with the actual execution. Um, and then in the bastion, it was very like haphazard on how you were looting the bridge. Like you kind of want to do your pyro as soon as possible. So that because if imagine the fortress was this way, right? And then you do your pyrite after checking this chest, it means like you would have to go back over this direction to leave the bastion, right? But if you did your pyro straight away, and then it was this direction, you'd still come over here to check the chest, and then you'd be able to pearl hang this direction to to get like a faster bastion leave. It's like the way you did it, if it was that direction, you'd have to like run back across the bastion and lose like 10-15 seconds. Um, And then yeah, I'd say the biggest thing uh that I can see from this run is just like the way you're playing this fortress. You don't need to play it like your 2500 elo. You don't need to like get all the strays perfectly, take no damage, and like avoid all the withers. Just get to the spawner, block off any withers and stuff, get the blaze bed off straight away, and then like just make sure you're punching out fire and all of that. Like, don't worry about trying to kill every blaze you see, because like it could be faster, because like if you're not like super experienced, it's going to increase the chance of death quite significantly. Um, and then yeah, the blaze bed setup. Yeah, just make sure the pillow is above the nether brick and not like off to the side, because it'll blow up the spawner. Um, yeah, the desync thing. I think I explained that. Um, I'm not sure if there's actually a video explaining everything about desync, but yeah, just basically stand still for like 1.5 seconds to ensure that your eye measurements are always like correct. Um, Getting to the stronghold, it was pretty weird. The best thing I can just say is just do endgame practice. You'll get a feeling of how to get yourself to the quartz better. There's no like set strat to do it quickly, like because every nether terrain is different. It's like the same with getting to the bastion. Like you just have to get experience and play confidently. Like you don't want to be hesitating, but that's just it's always going to be different. And then the nav again, like you want to do your preemptive scan immediately, um, just so that you'll be able to see. I don't know if you enter the stronghold with F3 open. Try and see. Yeah, so you unpause and this M value was at 0. This M value is telling you how many mobs have spawned in, or like are loaded in, right? And the cap of this is 70, because like the hostile mob cap is 70. And basically the reason you want to scan immediately is because this M value is at 0, which means there's like not many mobs spawned in. So it's much more easy to get the silverfish spike without entities in front of it. So you can like identify it easily. But when you unpause here and you see the M value, it quickly goes up to 70, because you're underground. Obviously the mobs are gonna spawn in like super quickly. And now you can't do your preemptive without having a high risk of getting like entities in the stronghold. And what's worse here, that you do your scan in starter, is like the way the mob spawning algorithm works is I think there's a 24 block sphere around the player that mobs aren't allowed to spawn in. Like you can't be like running in the nether and then like a gas spawns like 2 blocks in front of you, right? Like I think it's either 16 or 24 blocks sphere around the player that mob spawns aren't allowed to spawn in. And basically pulling your game on 50 entity distance on renders all mobs, I think not within 32 blocks of the player. I might be wrong on that, but yeah, it reduces it. So like, and if you think about how that works when you've got no mobs are within like 16 blocks of you, and all the mobs past 32 blocks aren't affecting your preemptive, that's why it's much better to do your scan where you entered the stronghold compared to like running back to starter to do your scan, because now when you're in starter you can have a load of mobs within like 16 blocks of you, which just increases the chance you have mobs in your preemptive scan. um Hopefully that makes sense on why it was inconsistent to go back to starter field scan. I feel like I yapped a lot there. But yeah, also when you're like confused about where to go, just rescanning within macro to try and check if you've still got the silverfish spike is a good idea. And also when you go like really deep into the stronghold, there's like some statistic that it's like no one's had a stronghold where it's more than like 20 rooms deep or something like that. Probably has been, but like it's extremely rare, like 0.01% or something. Um, yeah, and then the end, yeah, just half bow. You had the crossbow. You had like 33 arrows or something. And then yeah, everything with the straight face I talked about. I think that's everything. Yeah, if you have any questions, just ping me in your thread. I'll answer best I can.